Hello, Sani Bonani. It is 7:30 Central African Time. Welcome to Breakaway League Racing. We are almost underway here. Welcome to Monaco. Breakaway League Racing. We are almost underway here. Welcome. The drivers are taking their places here. My name is Bob. It's good to be with you as always. I'm joined by none other than Tindo, Superstar Tier 2 driver. Good evening, sir. Expectations for today?
Today, hello, everyone, all our viewers, our Breakaway team, family. I hope you're all doing good, and today it's an interesting race, hey. I would say Sihle, but hey, there's Brown Boy, hey, and then I think maybe the less the mistakes they make, and between Sihle, Brown Boy, one of them is going to win. The rest, gag. Ayikho into yabo namhlanje sobona, but maybe Josh. I don't count Josh out, but he might surprise you as well, because I know him. Like when you less expect him, that's when you produce.
Yeah.
So let's just see how it goes today. Let's see how it goes today.
Absolutely looking forward to all of that. The drivers are taking their positions and their place in the grid here, out here in Monaco. And as you can see, the green check marks are coming on. We will have 39 laps of racing. And Josh was the big winner in the first showcase race of the season, taking maximum points. Not necessarily the fastest lap, but of course taking that P1 spot, joined by Cycle, who recovered immaculately in Belgium, and of course Brown Boy on debut. We cannot wait. It is the countdown out here in Monaco. Looking forward to a beautiful, fantastic race out here. Just making sure that everything is in order. If you've just joined us,
I'm sure all the all the teams have enough wings, eh? Because it's gonna be a very, very busy day for the mechanics in the garage today.
super risky. The walls are tight. The cars are wide. New regulation cars, of course. We saw so many wing changes. Drivers having to come to the pits for our Tier 2 races and our Tier 3 races as well. It's something that isn't too surprising to see in such a technically challenging and demanding track. But looking forward to it. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
It's gonna be really, really interesting. Let's just see what they can do, because the guys were practicing, I'm sure. So we expect everyone to be on the same par with the best. Let me just put it like that. We're expecting some 111, 110 maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Times of the 110s and 111s is the expectations from Tindo. Let us know if you rate that also can be matched. This is a Tapisto who was out on debut. He just missed out on points last time out. He finished 11th in Belgium. And of course, Inati is someone that we could watch quite closely as well. He's back in Tier 1 as Inati, having made it a single season out in the wilderness of Tier 2, but he bounced straight back, did Inati? And Tapiso has every intention to keep his Ferrari seat and indeed his Tier 1 seat for next season. He's the first man out on track, so he'll be the first to lay some rubber out on these streets of Monaco. And looks like Buda, who could not race in Belgium, he's here now joining teammate Kaboza, and currently out on his outlap as well. So Tapiso, as we've mentioned, finished last time out on 11 points. And Shindo, let's talk a little bit about, of course, it's not necessarily a high-speed circuit, so many tight turns and tight areas and corners, which necessitates a high downforce. But how much then compromise do you make? Is there any room to kind of I don't know, see what you could do. Can you take risks in terms of your downforce and wing, wing
I
angles?
Yeah, here I think is the full downforce. You just need to be high on everything. You know, like
Yeah,
your wings, it needs to be to the fullest. And of course, the corners here, I think if you can breaking early and good exits are the most critical things here. Because if you trying to do the breaking late, you're going straight on the wall, like straight. There's no coming back from that. So you break early, you have a good exit, and on every corner actually.
yeah. And as you say that, it looks like Tapiso himself got a good exit coming out of turn one. We are
Turn
on
one, yeah.
board with the Ferrari driver now, navigating. He will be the first to set a time. It'll be the gauntlet laid down by the Ferrari. Now, we used to see Play laying down the gauntlet in the Ferrari colors, but not this season because Tapiso has commandeered that seat, partnered, of course, with Seppo Temba, making his way now through the beginning of this second sector. He has to take it. It's through first gear as he makes his way into the tunnel, third at the beginning of the tunnel and absolutely punches it down this also iconic Monaco tunnel. Where exactly will he break and will he get this right? Now this corner can be treacherous if you're not very careful. He has invalidated, has Tapiso, so he'll have to go again.
So that corner there, that's also a tricky one as well, because you're coming out at a full pace and then you need to brake and then you have a, like, I don't know how to describe it, like a sharp left. You know, so you need to eat that corner there as well, right close to the barriers as well. So it's a very, very tricky corner.
Tricky indeed. Meanwhile, Tapiso's teammate is Seppo Temba, who weighed quite heavy on the curbs there, but did not invalidate. He has just set the quickest second sector, has this man, Seppo Temba. He will quite likely be among one of the first to set a time and lay down the gauntlet. He is looking good as Seppo Temba will cross the line for a 113.002. Thoughts, Tindo?
That's a statement there. He's making a statement to the guys. He's putting pressure on the guys.
Yep.
But let's see. Like I said, look at Josh. Look, he's not very far away from it. But that's a really, very, 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 very good time on 113 on the dot. That's a good time.
A good time. Josh, as you mentioned, has just crossed the line for a 113.145. So it's within a touching distance as far as these two are concerned. We're going to catch up now with D-Wax in the AlphaTauri. Solid season last time out. He's a very interesting driver, one that you should definitely watch. He rarely racks up a lot of time penalties, and his start to the season so far has seen him finish in the points. He was ninth in Belgium. What kind of a time can he set here in Q1? Remember, it is a full qualifying session, so these drivers want to be in the 15 taking part in Q2. It's D-Wax and AlphaTauri taking the penultimate corner, and now is pretty much unscathed through the final corner. He will open up that rear wing, and D-Wax will cross the line with a 117.049. So some way off from the top runners here. Caboza, I would have you know, in the Williams, has also set a time of the 1:13. It's a 1:13.9 for the Williams driver.
He might do a 1.11. Oh, he's actually slow. That was a slow left from him. I think he's just doing it to, you know, keep up with everyone, because he said the fastest sector on the sector 3. He was the quickest of them all. So yeah, no, let's see what he does. Maybe he's going for another one. I don't know, but I doubt. Maybe just doing it to survive.
Perhaps. Let's catch up with the Malusi, Mello the Mello in the Mercedes. He's now almost beginning the third and final sector. It does not look to be quickest through sector 2. That car is going to have to make way for Malusi, but it's so tight. It might have been Van Kobe, perhaps, or was it Ludi? And Malusi has to abandon that hot lap. Man.
That was unnecessary. You should have been patient. You should have been patient, but not be. You should have waited.
Yeah. Malusi will now have to bide his time. And
with him, but Ngobi as well, because he's also on the fast lap, starting a fast lap again.
Van Kobe crashed out in Belgium, so it's a nightmare start for him. D-Wax has had a severe collision with Tato, aka Loveness, and D-Wax will have a 5-place grid penalty, depending on how he qualifies for the rest of the day today. But as I say that, this man, Van Kobe, in the Papaya Orange McLaren, has just set the quickest fast first sector. Van Kobe now making his way, approaching the tunnel. It's second gear as he begins that stretch through the tunnel. Van Kobe, the famous Monaco tunnel on this also famous street circuit. What can he do? He's under pressure. He needs points. Points are at an absolute premium. Nothing is guaranteed in this league, and crashing out to be also detrimental, which places extra pressure on Bankobi to number one, finish the race this time around, and score points. Oh, he has a moment with the wall there, does Bankobi. In Sector 3, he hit the wall on his left, and what does that mean is in terms of his wing? It doesn't look like the end plate is gone,
okay.
but
looks like
yeah,
it's okay.
looks like it's fine. He opens up that DRS, and it'll be a 1:14.568 for Bankobi. So some work to do for him. As I say that, Cicle, I would have you know, has set a time of the 1:13s as well. It's a 1:13.5 for Cicle, the reigning champion.
Looks like the tier 1 guys are making a statement to the tier 2 guys, eh? They are
Definitely.
telling them, hey, if you need to come up here, you need to be setting these times. Except for Melo because of the situation, the incident he had, and also T-Works, I think he went on the wall.
Yeah.
But the guys looks like they've all have pace, all of them, and it's going to be very, very important as well in a way. I would say.
As you say that, Cicle matches Tempotemba's time. It's an identical fast lap at the top of the timesheets. 1:13.002. One of those rare instances where Cicle and Tempotemba are evenly matched at the top of the timesheets. Would you look at that? Romeo, as we've just seen a second ago, invalidated his lap, as did Ludi T. Ludi has come back into the pit, so we'll catch up with Romeo Massingo, aka Mandla, to see how he fares for the rest of the session. Josh, aka Damnesia, with that P4 as things stand, and Zotal has just set his initial representative time. It's only 1:14.5 for Zotal in the Alpine today. Now, that'll be interesting to see how he can fare for the rest of this session. Sanale Mazansi and Brown Boy, as you asked, it's a 1:12.7 for Brown Boy. Here comes Malusi, the Malusi, who had improved, but it's only good enough for P5. It's a 1:13.8 for the Mercedes driver. But Brown Boy, as you were saying, Tindo, the tier 1 guys were looking to stamp their authority on this league. But Brown Boy said, I'm the new kid on the block, and I am here to make my presence felt. How indeed. How does he do it? He's just here, and he is calm, he is confident, and he is looking absolutely fantastic for Red Bull. Lungs, unfortunately, cannot join us today. I think it was Sanale Mazansi asking in the comment section where Lungs is, but unfortunately he could not be racing out here in Monaco today. So Brown Boy is flying the flag for that royal blue livery, or that deep blue of Red Bull. Now, Romeo invalidated his lap last time out. He is on another attempt. Doesn't look like he's low on fuel. And, well, let's hop on board and see how he fares. Tinda, your impressions as Romeo takes to the tunnel?
Oh, Manda, this track here, I saw his post today. He was kind of worried because I will see he was posting on social media today.
Yeah.
Relating to some topics we made last season.
Yeah.
On him about wind is not for the weekend. I'm sure he went to get some, because he's actually going on a neutral gear right now.
And he's quickest man through Sector 2. Oh, is Romeo had a little bit of a moment with the wall there. Almost lost the car, but he managed to recover. And hopefully that'll not compromise him too much. He is now on the main straight, if you will, or the main section near the pit lane. And Romeo is on 1:14.8. Only good enough for P9.
Because the other guys haven't settled times. Like we still have Mshengu T, Inati, Ludi T, Lafness, Buddha.
Yeah.
As well. Those guys are played. So now, if he needs to improve, he needs to be at least on the 113.5. They can be safe. 13, because now at the moment 114.8. Nah, it's not gonna do him any favor. And he's done 3 laps already.
He has. Let's make sure we get that tire information as well. Let's hop on board with Mshengu, teammates to Melo the Mello, who currently sits P5 and is back in the pits. Let's see what this man can do. Remember, only 15 spots in the Q2, and those drivers will then battle it out to be in the top 10 for the battle for the race for pole position. It's Mshengu coming through the tunnel now, Sector 2. How late will he brake? You've got to be careful. He took that apex quite tightly, and we've seen, of course, that corner coming out of the tunnel claim his fair share of victims, but not Mshengu. Here he comes now, making his way through the second sector. There have been yellow flags, but they've now turned green, so Mshengu is free to absolutely punch it and send it towards the final part of this track. A super slow pull out in the corner, and Mshengu spins! Perhaps spooked by that Alpha Tauri. I'm not sure why, I'm not sure if that was DUX or Mandla, but now Mshengu abandons that attempt without having set a time, and he will now have to give it another go. And this AlphaTauri being DUX is making his way, had already invalidated. So it looked like that was Romeo, who was just waiting, pretty much might have spooked Mshengu, who then had to abandon that hot lap attempt. Liddy T has been a bit nervous qualifier so far in Belgium. A couple of invalidated attempts in the Q1 last time out, and he made it to Q2 pretty much at the very end of that qualifying session. Now, will that be the case for him today? Let's see. His banker lap is in the 1 minute 25, so so definitely not anywhere near close. Let's see what he can do. Oh, looks like he might have slowed down there. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's abandoned it. Making way for the Alpine of Zotail.
Also, Spuda is also in a fast lap now. Is that critical corner the issue? Yeah, I know. He did it well.
We're on board now with Spuda. Has yet to set a time.
On the road? I don't know.
Loveness has crashed out. Loveness is out of Q1. Will take no further part in qualifying. He was bottom of this group. He was only P15 with that 115.3, but now he will take no further part with Loveness. Ooh, Espuda goes wide. Missed the apex, totally coming into the final corner. He is far up the pace, Espuda. A lot of work to do. Only P12 might definitely still be at risk, considering Luddy and Mshengu still have to make their mark on these timesheets. As Buddha will give it another go. He's definitely got enough fuel on board, does the Williams driver. His teammate is all the way up in P6.
But he doesn't have ERS, the power. He doesn't have ERS, that's the thing.
Look at that, the battery power.
You lose a lot of time, and you'll be wasting like your tires. You'll be damaging your tires instead of just going in the pit again and come back with them as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, so Esbuda's on another attempt. Let's see how Zotal will fare. His time so far, his best effort, is only good enough for P7. So definitely probably still safe. It looks like he's going about a 10th quicker through Sector 1 so far. So Zotal not at risk. And we see Kid K responding to that hot lap set by Brown Boy, who is, of course, the only driver, Brown Boy, in the 1 minute 12. He's the quickest driver of the day so far. He's sitting nice and comfortable in the pits. Let's get back on board with Zotal, meanwhile, coming through this treacherous section for some.
Traffic in front of him. Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right, we'll catch up with the Mshengu towards the end of Zotal's lap. And I'll have you know he's the quickest man through Sector 2 is Zotal. Is it going to be good enough for pole position, though? He's going to have to nail this final apex. No issues there. 10, 11, 12. Zotal will cross the line for P5, 113.5. Almost the second up. And Shengu, let's catch up now with the Mercedes driver. Looked absolutely, had a bit of a moment there in the tunnel. He looked incredible in qualifying, but the race was a nightmare for Mshengu with a couple of spins that we saw riding on board with him. This time out, he is just looking to set a banker lap. 2.5 minutes of qualifying, of Q1 rather, to go. So it is now or never! And as I see that, he sends it straight into the wall, and Mshengu is out in Q1 in Monaco, joining Loveness to watch the rest of this qualifying session from the garage. Mshengu is out.
He was too aggressive. He was too aggressive on that corner there. You need to lift a little bit. He was enjoying it. You know, the worst part is what? If you're enjoying in that section, in that sector, it's like you are untouchable. You'll be going on all the epics. They are so critical.
And it looks like Esbuda might have been spooked by that carnage of Mshengu. He's coming into the pits now. That was the Williams that we saw passing that wreck, the wreckage that was the W13. Inati is currently...
You just need to set a lap. That's a good one. Only one lap.
Yeah.
It's good.
Inati is back where he would feel he belongs, back in home turf in Tier 1, finished the 13th out on Belgium. Oh, and he sends it into the wall. Coming out of the first corner, Inati. This is a nightmare scenario. I mean, he just has to cross the line and he should be fine. I mean, he's got his banker lap. Even Liddy has opted not to come out with about a minute of qualifying to go. Inati just has to cross the line and he will be through to Q2, even if it's a time in the 1 minute 20s, as is now likely to be the case. Inati sending it into the wall.
How is he getting fastest? I'm also shocked.
Yeah, that is quite strange now as we get this beautiful view of this hairpin here in Monaco. Inati, don't come into the pits. Just cross the line. Cross the line.
I hope so. I hope he's gonna do that. See?
Yeah. It's about 30 odd seconds to go in Q1, and Inati is nursing this Aston Martin.
Why?
It does not invalidate, thankfully for him.
No, I think because it's slowed down. Yeah, it's slowed down. Why would you be doing that?
Thina bathi bacala ukudla la kuma-comments engathi silambile saliza iplate lapho thina khali iplate khali chicken angazi amasalad or i-beetroot use a plate.
Yes, Tindo enjoying a meal here, and well, Inati wants to make a meal of this, but Inati won't set a time. He's coming to the pit. He just needed to set a time.
You are joking.
Well, that pretty much.
You are joking.
Wow, I don't know if that'll.
Inati, why?
Inati just needed to cross the
line. That's all.
Cross the line and set a banker lap. Well, Brown Boy tops the timesheets in Q1. C-Clay is second by a factor of almost 3/10. Tepo Temba is identical in terms of times with C-Clay P3. Josh, aka Damnesia, is fourth. Then Zotal, Mello the Mello Capoza, Cepiso, Bankobi, and Romeo round off the top 10. And now we have D-Wax in 11th. Esbuda is P12, and Liddy is P13. Loveness, Mshengu, and Inati did not set times here as we now look forward to Q2. Liddy makes it into Q2 once again, and Inati, strangely, opted to come back into the pit.
Inati, he just disappointed me. I don't know whether it's the spirits from Tier 2 that are calling him down, that are saying, hey, Pete, but I'm back.
And Balelo in the comments is asking, well, is Zotel, has he lost it a bit?
Engathi bathi uzothini thina or kanjani ebeka sitothela ngabhiza dominate ngecontroller mara esitho kuvini kwashuka kuvini.
Yes, Kushubile indeed.
It's not an easy job being on the steering, especially like he's still new. I can't say he's really new, but he's still new to it.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. It's not easy, especially Monaco. Like now as well, the tire one has changed. Now everything is off. They are also doing the ABS off and all those things. So now you need to get used to those things for you to get the real pace.
Yeah.
At the moment, they're just going to be struggling. But once they got it right, they will be flying. They will be flying, definitely.
They definitely will. We can't wait to see that. One of the first people that we'll watch out here is Josh, aka Damnesia. 15 minutes of qualifying in Q2 out here. Faka Agessi cheering on Brown Boy once again, who has been absolutely sensational since making a step up to Tier 1, looking so comfortable as Brown Boy, collecting purple sectors, collecting fastest laps, and found himself on the podium last time out. But of course, he was pipped to first place by this man, Josh, aka Damnesia, driving for Alfa Romeo this time around, and collected all those points, 25 points, to consolidate his position at the top of the standings thus far.
Looks like Cici doesn't want first time, eh? Because he's really going at it. Like he wants to make a time, I think, early, so that he knows where he stands, where he needs to improve. Because now he's being surprised.
Yeah.
You think you are quick, and then someone else is just gonna pop up, and then you are dropping down.
Exactly. And Liddy Tsepo says what they don't tell you is that the funnier the Tier 1 party chat is, the more entertaining the racing. Well, I look forward to that. I hope y'all are having a good time because we look forward to an amazing race. How will Josh take turn 1? It is unscathed. That is the answer. There's a yellow flag out on track, perhaps further ahead, but Josh will pay no mind to that thus far. It is fourth gear now as he is about to make his way towards the end of Sector 1. What kind of a time can Josh set? He's the first, of course, so it is purple. It's a 19.2 through Sector 1. That is the time to beat. Courtesy of Josh, aka Damnesia, comes through the hairpin unscathed. This right-hander, second gear for him. Will it be second or third into the tunnel? The answer is gear 2. It's Josh through the most famous tunnel in all of Formula 1, making his way, looking to make his mark and lay down the gauntlet to set the time that all the other drivers must beat. Quite careful there through that section of the track. And we'll see if Josh can match a time in the 1 minute 12 that was set by Brown Boy, who has been the quickest man so far. Josh kisses the wall on the right, and I hope that does not compromise his wing end plate. The answer is no. The wing is still looking fine. Josh, how much time will that cost him, though, having kissed the wall there? It's a 1 minute 12.989. He becomes the second man into the 1 minute 12.
Wait for Seatley.
Wait for Seatley. Was that somebody coming out of the pits? It's a 112.109. 112.1. Seatley by 8/10 is quicker than Josh, aka Damnesia. Sensational stuff from the Haas driver, who is looking well and truly comfortable and confident.
Spuda almost caused the crash there with Sisley on the last set. Sisley would have done 111.9 or so. Was Spuda, I don't know what he did there on that straight line. I don't know what he did.
And it was an abandoned attempt by Espuda, as you see that banker lap is only in 1 minute 26. Now remember, only 10.
I think he kissed the wall on the last or he spun.
Yeah.
And then so when coming back, and then it was not a safe return. I don't know. They need to investigate that, but it's part of the game. It's part of the game. Those things happen.
Absolutely. Let's see now how Ban Kobe will fare. He's making his way now, beginning sector, or rather, the initial part of Sector 2. Ban Kobe through Gear 2, beginning his stretch down the tunnel in that papaya orange McLaren. He will want to take part in the top 10 shootout. There were no McLarens represented, I believe, in the Q3 last time out. So a lot of pressure on this man's shoulders. What can he do this time out? Goes a little bit wide out of there, has to lift off the throttle, trying not to kiss the wall. Oh, that is
another traffic again on top of front of
Yes, but will the Ferrari be enough? It makes way, but will that be enough for Van Kobe to be able to set a decent time here? Well, it's going to be his banker wrap in the 113, 113.8, but Van Kobe looks to be going around once again, so we'll see what he will be able to do. Now, two cars here. It looks like a McLaren and a Ferrari making way for some of the quick runners. And one of those quick runners is this man, Espuda, who had a moment, but it looks like he's going even... I'm not sure if he was going slower or if that's a slight glitch there.
Looks like he's going fast. It's actually on the fast lap. But the thing, the ERS is killing him now because it's literally sitting at its lowest.
It's at about 5%, as you can see. Not much battery power left for Espuda, as he's under pressure to just set a decent time and put the rest of these guys under pressure and perhaps force them into making some mistakes. He needs to have a decent banker lap here. He hugs that apex in the penultimate corner. The final corner comes through unscathed there. He opens up that rear wing and sends that car screaming down that main straight. As we saw, a piece of carbon fiber there.
No improvement.
That's 116.6. Quite far off the pace.
Okay, Ludi looks like he's on the fast lap, but he has a damaged wing. Doesn't have wings.
Wingless is Ludi in that papaya orange McLaren. Looks to be dedicating his wings to the hallowed turf. Yes.
But I feel like, the people, these guys are losing more time on this sector, especially where he is coming from. That one, you need to be right on the wall, right next to the wall. You gain more time, you gain more pace. Because now, if you brake and then you are inside, it's so hard for you to come back in, and then, especially that small corner, that hairpin there, you need to hit it like on the center if you are right next to the wall. But now they are trying, I don't know, maybe they're slowing down. I don't know what's going on with them. They're losing so much time there.
Yeah.
And that's where Seatley is beating them from.
Absolutely. C-Clay with the upper hand. 112.1 thus far. Malusi the Malusi making his way now towards the tunnel. And perhaps you can hop aboard with Brown Boy.
Look at
Yes.
Brown Boy.
He
Look at
is
Brown
just
Boy, and then you see on that corner there is actually going right next to the wall. You will see, like the way he's approaching now.
right. Let's see. Yes,
Exactly. See what he does.
Yeah, he's absolutely on the limit and is the quickest man through Sector 2 is Brown Boy. Absolutely not afraid of the limits. Of course, these walls are so close and so treacherous. He nails that final apex. What kind of a time will it be for Brown Boy? He was quicker through Sector 2 and he is about almost three tenths off the pace. At 112.4, still a decent time.
Now.
As we just saw someone, that Brown Boy passed who had just invalidated Malusi the Malusi, who we were watching. He was following Brown Boy, had just set a 113.4. Mandla on a hot lap attempt damaged his car, invalidated the lap as a result, and will have to give it another go. Will we have enough time is the question. Well, 6.5 minutes to go. Yeah, still enough time to come into the pits, have a quick front wing replacement, and give it another go. Romeo, so far with that 115.019, he is on the brink, on the precipice. D-Wax, Asbuda, and Liddy T are the drivers which could yet have a say in terms of those final spots and guaranteeing their spots in the top 10 shootout. Secretly, tops the timesheets in Q2, 112.1. Brown Boy and Josh, aka Damnesia, the other two drivers, having set times in the 1 minute 12s thus far. Brown Boy as Max, our superstar Tier 2 driver in the colors of McLaren as well, is responding to that insane effort by the likes of Brown Boy. But D-Wax is giving it another go here, and we'll see how he fares. And as I say that, he's about a second quicker than his best time, and he's the quickest man through Sector 2 is D-Wax. So what will that mean as he comes through the penultimate and the penultimate corner now? He is looking good. No issues with the wall there. Opens up that rear wing, and D-Wax will cross the line for a 113.7. Only good enough for P6, however.
Romeo is under so much pressure.
Huge.
He needs to go out right now. I don't know if there's still time, but I think he needs to go out now, because if he has to improve, he's very off, like he's very, very way behind. But it's like 2 seconds behind from the guy who's like number 10.
Yeah. A lot of pressure for Romeo. Let's get on board now with Malusi the Malusi, Mello the Mello. It looks like it's an in-lap for him. So instead, we will catch up with this man, Tapiso, who has just begun another attempt in the iconic livery of Ferrari. But it doesn't look like he's sending it here.
Bobby is the one who just started a new lap now, and he's on the first sector. I don't know if he's improving in this time. Yeah, he improved a bit.
Yep, looks like Tapiso might have abandoned that lap. So Ban Kobe it is in in the colors of McLaren. And let's see, he currently sits P9, definitely still at risk with 4 minutes of qualifying to go. And as he gets to the end of this lap, if that red light is not flashing, then of course you will know that he might just have enough in the fuel tank to give it another final go. Ban Kobe! Looks to have ghosted. He might have had a moment. He might have touched the wall there.
Maybe it's a network issue.
Yeah. But as I said, he's the quickest man through Sector 2. So it was either network or he might have touched the wall, which caused the car to ghost for a split second. He's still on it. He's still on that attempt. Quickest man through Sector 2. He opens up that rear wing. It's the main straight. It's Ban Kobe. It's McLaren. Whoa. It's P3. 112.910 becomes the fourth man today to set a time in the 112. A solid effort. Well and truly safe. Well and truly into Q3. In the colors of McLaren, a solid attempt from Ban Kobe there. What about Tapiso? He has been on a little bit of a carousel, if you can call it that, going around and around. This P10 definitely at risk. And Tindo, it's looking like it's looking like a time in the low 1 minute 13s will guarantee safety. Because I mean, these are good times, 113s, but nowhere near.
130 is a good time, but it's not safe. Like it's not good enough. I'm saying that now. Like
Yeah,
it's not good enough. Because if any of the guys improve 113.7 or 113.5, it takes you to P6, P7 actually. And
indeed.
you know, you're taking out someone with 113.8, which was like someone's fastest
Yeah,
lap
yeah.
time. And yeah, hey, these guys are flying.
Absolutely,
They
they
are
are
flying.
flying. I'm not sure if Tupiso is taking it easy deliberately here, or if it's a genuine case of him having abandoned his hot lap, but he doesn't look to be
No,
carrying as much speed here.
maybe the confidence that he doesn't see any threat
Yeah.
from the three at the bottom of him was like,
So
like
maybe he's going to give it another go from scratch here. Kid K rightly mentioning that this man, Zolonso, has been doing fairly well. P8, so he's definitely still at risk. He knows he's not exactly safe, but he has been going about a tenth quicker than his previous best time on this attempt. Ooh, almost going too wide out of the
oh,
exit of the penultimate
Manta,
corner.
Manta.
There has Mandela had a bit of a moment. We'll catch up with him in a second. It's Zotile on the main street. He will cross the line 6 tenths quicker than the previous best. And it's P7.
He still remains the same position. Like he's so tight. Oh,
It's so
Manta.
tight, Mandla. Did he
Manta,
lose a wing
Manta.
there? Did Mandla
No,
lose a wing?
I think he did. Like he just kissed the wall, and now he had to break so hard. Went to gear number 3, where you just go there number 5. So it was just a mess.
And
Just a mess. I'm sure he's
Luddy,
giving up.
as you say that, Luddy is out of this session,
Wow.
meaning that it is only 2 people fighting it out to guarantee their spot. It's Mandla and Esbuda, who's currently on his
Buddha, he
outlap.
needs outlap. Yeah, he needs to make no mistake now. He needs to save his all his battery and make sure that
Yeah.
no mistake.
And as you say that, Tapiso, who was also at risk, at a huge amount of risk in P10, has broken his wing. So he will have no further chance to try and improve on
So it's
his time.
only
Which is,
Buddha.
Yeah.
Only Buddha. He has to make sure.
and by the way,
Track is his own. He's alone on the track actually.
He's on the verge of beginning another attempt. Is Esbuda? Let's hop on board with him. His teammate, I would have you know, in the interim, has gone up to P3 with a 112.759,
Wow.
knocking Van Kobe and Damnesia to P4 and 5 respectively. But this is Kaboza's teammate Esbuda, who is also under pressure to start
Wow.
racking up
7
10
tenths up.
points. 7 tenths. That is absolutely sensational. If
doing good,
he can
he's doing
back
good.
it up with a decent time to well and truly knock Tapiso. And Romeo out. Tapiso has retired his car here, perhaps retiring in the pits.
Yeah, I
to
think
pretty
he was
much
in the pits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
retiring that car in the pits. As Buddha is the last man on track. I can't even imagine the pressure if he is in the party chat. He needs to be so careful. Almost hitting that that corner there. Oh, he has a huge moment. Oh, he's busy hit the wall.
no.
And he totals the car and totals his efforts, crashes out as Buddha will take no further part in this qualifying session. Your top 10
I'm sure
drivers. Yes, Tindo.
he's fuming. He's fuming wherever he is.
Absolutely fuming as Buddha was the only man on track. Clean air, but could not put together
He
a clean
was alone.
lap.
Nobody
Yeah.
was disturbing him. Nobody could blame.
No
Hey,
one.
but like the top 10, like the times are very close, except for the top 5. They're actually on 112, and the rest they're actually pretty close. Hey, it's gonna be
Would you
interesting.
look
Let's see.
at that? Tapiso in P10, just 1.7 seconds off the mark. Seekley tops the timesheets from Brown Boy and Kaboza in the Williams. Will be the sole Williams in Q3. Van Colby is in P4, taking part in the final qualifying session for the first time this season. Josh, aka Damnesia, has a race win to his name, and this time it's P5 in Q2. Malusi the Malusi in 6th, then Zotal, Seppo Temba, D-Wax, and Tapiso will take part in the battle for pole position. I would love to hear your predictions. Who will be in the front row? Who will be in the second row? Let us know in the comments. And as I say that, Guess EFC says Zotal and Teps are in Q3. Zolonso doing well, said KK earlier. Smirts Django, who's having the time of his life in Tier 2, says the lap times are crazy. The fastest lap in Tier 2 was 1:11.8. It will be interesting to see the time difference between the two tiers. So, Smirts Django piling on the pressure. What can you do, Tier 2? We've seen Tier 1, we've seen Tier 2 turn up the heat, so yeah, it'll be quite interesting. 12 minutes in the final qualifying session to go. Tapiso does not waste any time. He likes to pretty much come out of the pit lane as soon as possible. And as I say that, he is well and truly out. But the first man out on track is man currently in P2 in the championship. It is Sikle, who alongside his teammate Enlebo secured the top spot in the Constructors' Championship, courtesy of the race in Belgium. And Lebo, I would have finished P5 last time out, and Sikle P2. So it's a very good points haul for the Haas team. And Sikle is now locked and loaded. He's got those focused eyes. Tindo, you know this man. You've raced alongside him quite well. What is he like in the party chat and in the simulator sessions? What is he like? What's his demeanor like in a high pressure race situation? Yo, Tindo, you still around? Tindo should be back with us in a...
No, I'm here. I'm here. No, I'm saying it. He's a very, 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 very emotional guy. Yeah. And he doesn't want, like I'm saying, with like the guys to... I can't say he's very quiet in the chat. Like when it comes to racing and stuff. Because I think he maybe wants to focus. But he's very, very emotional. Just like disturbing his left, you will be the one screaming. It's like a mini Buddha. It's like a mini Buddha. So it's it's interesting. Let's just see how he does that.
Channeling those emotions, channeling all that focus into a Q3 hot lap attempt. Sikle is the first man to do so out here in Monaco. It'll go purple. A man who's quite used to seeing purple sectors, purple fast laps indeed. Now there's a yellow flag out in sector 3.
No, they're slowing down to start a lap. They're slowing down to start a lap. Yeah. I hope Sikle won't catch up to them. Won't be caught up with them now. I don't think so.
Yeah. He's currently making his way through the second sector, and
look how he does his corner. The second one, this one that's coming. He goes all the way wide. He needs to have all that space.
Yeah.
That'll give you a good exit here. Because here, if you don't have a good one, you're definitely going to speed or you're going on the worst side.
And Sikle does not look at the precision, the way that he nails those apexes, and it is indeed the case for the final sector as well. He is on the main straight, it's Sikle, and he will cross the line for 1:11.853, the quickest man by some margin today, the first and only man into the 1:11 thus far. A sensational effort from the Ferrari driver.
It's a Haas driver, not Ferrari.
From the Haas driver. As I say that, we catch Zotal crossing the line for his 1:12.9, about almost a second.
1.2 second actually.
Look at
it's
that.
Almost a second. Yeah,
it's almost a second off the pace. Tapiso crosses the line.
It's 1.1 seconds. 1.1 seconds.
Malusi, the times are really starting to trickle in here, and it looks like Kaboza is on the verge. And as I say that, Tepo Temba is on the verge. I just want to make sure that we catch people actually crossing the line. D-Wax, unfortunately, hasn't validated, but it's Sikle from Malusi with that 1:12.0, and Tepo Temba currently in P3. Django, you have your answer, says Kid K. And D-Wax is on the verge of beginning another hot lap attempt. But slightly ahead of him is Ban Kobe in those McLaren colors. He will have gotten the word by now that the time to beat is in the 1:11. So all of the pressure on the shoulders of these other, on Brown Boy as well, and on the shoulders of the other 9 drivers looking to challenge the supremacy of Sikle. Brown Boy is some way away from Van Kobe, who has just slightly touched the wall, thus ghosting, and looks like he will abandon his hot lap, giving D-Wax some leeway to come through the tunnel at maximum speed. He's got about half of his battery power left, does D-Wax. And he's careful.
I don't know why Brown Boy is using his ERS, because now he's not on the... Oh, is that a flying lap? Oh.
Brown Boy is definitely on a flying lap. We'll catch up with him. He is a little... Oh, D-Wax has invalidated. D-Wax will have to give it another go. And let's catch up with Brown Boy, who's the quickest man through Sector 2. Oh, look at how much speed he carries. He needs to get out the way. Ban Kobe, get out the way. Oh, that'll compromise Brown
Oh,
Boy
come on,
in his
Bangobi.
final part of this hot lap. What'll it be for Brown Boy? It's
Not
still
bad,
P3,
though. How?
112.0.
Bangobi. No,
How much
wasn't
fuel does he
necessary.
have on board? Now, Bankobi is still in front of that Red Bull, and I'm not sure if this will make Brown Boy basically abandon this attempt or just come back into the pits, perhaps.
Yeah,
Now,
I think it's abandoned. It's 1.2 seconds.
yeah.
First sector, I think it's abandoned.
What about D-Wax? We saw him have that huge moment which compromised the final part of his... no, it looks like he's also abandoning now as Ban Kobe and Brown Boy are making their way around the final portion, or rather approaching Sector 3 here. And yeah, with about just under 6 minutes to go, Malusi the Malusi is out for another shot, another attempt at it. And D-Wax has invalidated again. Now, Malusi is still on an outlap, but Josh is making another attempt to give this another go. Oh, that red light is flashing. So I don't know if Josh... Yeah, if this might be... no, it's definitely... It's not in Last Chance Saloon. Josh might just come back to the pits, and he'll have more than enough time to come out and give it another go. So, Josh doesn't look to be sending it so far. Yeah, he cuts the corner there, and we'll give it another go. So we'll catch up with Malusi's second attempt, as Zapiso, meanwhile, is currently in Sector 2. If you've just joined us, we have about 5 or so, just under 5 minutes to go. This is the final qualifying session. It's Q3. It's the battle for pole position. And as you can see, C-Clay, Malusi the Malusi, and Brown Boy are the 3 protagonists. Malusi had a nightmare Q3 in Belgium, getting disqualified and having to start from P10. But not this time. He is currently in the front row. And I would have you know that Malusi the Malusi is beginning what could be his final attempt.
Hey,
no, Zapiso is definitely moving quite slowly.
There's traffic in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like it's Zotal who's on his outlap, as Malusi is still 2/10 quicker. He's the quickest man, I would have you know, through Sector 1. Now, Zotal will need to make way, and he does. Ooh, hopefully it doesn't compromise the Malusi. Yeah, he does not invalidate. He is still on track for the top lap. 4 minutes of qualifying to go. We're on board with the Mercedes driver who needs to make his mark here today. Here he comes now, Sector 2. Through that so treacherous section for many drivers, but not Malusi. Ooh. Not this time. Not for the Mercedes. He's quicker through Sector 2. It's a double purple sector, if you can put it that way.
Interesting.
Very interesting indeed. The quickest time today is 1:11.8. What can Malusi do? He will open up that rear wing. He might have just nicked the wall. There is a 1:11.662. He's the quickest man by 2 cents. It's Malusi the Malusi. Mercedes the Mercedes laying down the gauntlet once again. How about that? 2 drivers in the 111 Tindo. That was sensational.
That was something else. Hey, this guy. Hey, you know, I so wish this Mercedes is performing like this in real life. You know, it's really heartbreaking to see it performing like this, making 111.6 on the game, but.
And I would have you know that Zapiso has crashed out. Zapiso is currently P8, and will hope beyond all hope that D-Wax and Ban Kobe will not pip those times. But this being Tier 1, Zapiso is in absolutely treacherous conditions here.
Flying, yeah. It's just improved a little bit by 0.0.
By 0.0? We'll catch up with C-Clay in a second. Looks like Zapiso had retired in the pit, so he will take no further part here. He's comfortable to just...
tires, maybe.
Yeah, to save those tires. This is Zotal now with about 2 minutes to go. We'll catch up with C-Clay, who is hot on his heels, some way away.
Invalidated is left.
Who, C-Clay?
Yes.
So I wonder if he'll have enough time. And as I say that, Zotal has enough time to go into the 112. It's a 112.2, and it's P4, a potential second row for the Alpine driver, Zolazzo, as he's been dubbed by some, looking absolutely good in the colors of Alpine. What about Kobe? He needs a backdoor
3
lap.
tenths up. He needs to
Ooh.
improve on his second sector. I
Now,
saw he made a mistake on that before the.
oh, has a huge moment coming out of the penultimate corner, does Kobe. Oh, that'll really compromise him. But he looks like he might just have enough fuel on board to be able to give it another go. 1:14.8. It's not good enough to challenge the time that Tapiso had set. 1:13.3. So, Kobe has it all to do here in the final part of qualifying. What about DWAC? It's been invalidation after invalidation in the latter part of qualifying for the AlphaTauri driver, but he has, oh, it's just begun coming out of turn 1 as a huge spin, perhaps spooked by the Red Bull of Brown Boy DWAX. Oh, running out of time. Will they have enough time to give it another go? Oh, DWAX currently P10 as things stand. Oh, man. Yeah, a lot of pressure. And
I think Brown Boy is always trying to prove a point. Now he's gonna end up making mistakes.
Yeah,
I think it's sometimes it's just better to leave it up for the race. We know you have to pace, and then don't try to end up damaging yourself or damaging your tires and stuff like that.
Is that a huge moment as Brown Boy and Suka goes quicker? It's a 1:11.6. 6.93 cents quicker than his previous best time. Absolutely sensational.
How did he did that though? Because he didn't have ERS though.
He did not have a lot of battery power remaining. How the heck did he do that? 1:11.6 for C. Clay with 10 seconds of qualifying to go. Malusi the Malusi, will he have enough time to cross that line and begin his hot lap? The answer is no. He takes the checkered flag.
No, checkered flag.
Oh, he was so close to possibly challenging that time that C. Clay had set. But unfortunately, he will start, as things stand, from P2 because Brown Boy is coming into the pit. What about Teppo Temba, the Ferrari driver? Currently, the only driver remaining on a hot lap attempt. It's Sector 2 for the Ferrari driver. The Scarlet Red Ferrari. Will it be a scorching hot performance from him? The answer is no, because he's about a tenth slower than his previous best time. He has it all to do in Sector 3 here. And I wonder if he'll still give it a go coming to the pits. Yes, he'll give it a go. He'll take the final corner. He will open up that rear wing and send that car screaming down. And it's P4 for Teppo Temba. Wow. He's on the second row alongside Brown Boy. So 4 constructors in those top 4 spots, led by Seekley at the top of the pops. 1:11.649 for the Haas driver. The Malusi, 1:11.662. A couple of hundredths of a second separating pole position and P2. That front row looking absolutely sensational out here in Monaco. Oh, what a race we have on the cards, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to see.
The stats are going to be very, very crucial. The stats, especially because now Monaco is it's a very, very difficult track to overtake. So whatever position you find yourself in, I think the only strategy that will work is to be the pit stop and less mistakes. The more you make mistakes, the more you make less mistakes. That's why you find people being left, because you find that one person is not doing mistakes or two, they're not making mistakes, and they end up lapping everyone. Because if you make a mistake, you crash, or you change your wing, it takes a lot of time.
Indeed, a lot at stake out here. Now, Kaboza is P6. Of course, Teppo Temba managed to fight his way all the way up to P4, courtesy of those times. And Zotal did well enough for P5, I would have you know. And then DWAX could not set a time, so he'll be starting from P10, will the AlphaTauri driver. It'll be P10 for DWAX. Tapiso will start P8. P8. Damnesia is P7, so it's Zotal P5, Kaboza P6, Damnesia 7th, Tapiso 8th, Bankobi is 9th, DWAX is in P10. It's Monaco. It's the iconic street circuit. Welcome to Breakaway League Racing. That is your top 10. We cannot wait for a sensational race. The weather's been looking good in qualifying, and these teams will have an idea of what the race conditions will be like. If we have some spots of rain, that'll be dramatic in a track that's already demanding, Tindo.
I so wish there would be rain, because these are the guys. This is the best league in our tires. So I so wish there could be rain. Let me just take this score quickly.
Right. Perhaps that will really throw the cat amongst the pigeons out here. Predictions, can Seaclay hang on? Will it be plain sailing for him? Remember, last time out, Seaclay absolutely dominated this circuit, dominated this field, and he pretty much lapped everybody. So it was an absolutely sensational performance. Of course, this time out, he's in the colors of Haas, and right next to him, right behind him, is Malusi the Malusi, who will fight every inch for an advantage and a potential overtake here, as difficult as that might be. Brown Boy, in his second race, he was on the podium last time out, very, very pacey. Look at that. The top three runners opting to start on medium compound tires, and Teppo Temba and Zotal in P4 and 5 have opted for the hard tire strategy as their first stint. Kaboza is on mediums, as is Josh, aka Gamnesia, in 7th spot. Zapiso in 8th. Bankobi is 9th, and Romeo, aka Mandla, is currently in P10.
Zota starting on hards. Wow, yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
As Buddha, Liddy on mediums, and Loveness is also on those hard tires. Now, this is the formation lap. Your drivers are just making sure that those tires are up to optimal temperature, just giving some warmth to those tires, more especially the hard tires, which can be a challenge when they're still cold. And in those initial laps, Teppo Temba and Zotal will be under pressure because those hard tires do take some time to get into an optimal window. Seaclay's qualifying time crash was in the 1:16.6, as was Malusi the Malusi's. They were separated by a couple of hundredths of a second. It was absolutely sensational qualifying from them. 1:11.6 for both Seaclay and Malusi. Sensational qualifying session it's been. Now these drivers have to make sure that they put those cars in the perfect spot before we get the countdown by virtue of these lights. And let's just make sure that you have all the information that you need. Yes, I want to see position change at the beginning. And Van Kobe didn't quite nail it, neither did D-Wax. Remember, D-Wax was in Q3, but he had that 5-place grid penalty, courtesy of an incident in Q2. So D-Wax has been knocked down a peg, as you can see. It is 4 lights, it is 5 lights, and it is lights out here in Monaco. And it looks like Brown Boy has pipped Seaclay before we get to the first corner. Oh, Teppo Temba and Malu have had a little bit of a moment. It looks like someone's lost a bit of a but you can't see there's so much carnage over there. Seaclay leads from Brown Boy. Already the factor is about 1.2 seconds, thanks to that melee coming into the first corner. It's Seaclay leading by a second and a half, and Teppo Temba is currently in P3. Mello the Mello Nightmare lost 2 places. Yes, he's made up 2 places, 2 seconds as Seaclay almost before the end of lap 1.
Before the second sector.
Yeah, some of the big losers at the start are Liddy and Cepiso, as well as Zotal. Zotal's lost 2 places, as has this man, Mello the Mello. Hopefully, he's not the one who's had his wing compromised here. Of course, this is a track that is so treacherous. Oh, Mello almost going into the back of the Ferrari there, and he takes that curve quite heavily. Did he incur a warning for track limits? He will hope not. It's such a long race. 39 laps of racing to go, and the race leader currently has an advantage of 2.9, almost 3 seconds. The Seaclay, Teppo Temba almost kissing the wall. Brown Boy was a casualty of that first lap melee. He has to pit early. It's a 120.9 for the race leader. Seaclay looking absolutely comfortable already, leading by a factor of 3.7 seconds. Dindo, it's drama as Kaboza joins.
Wow, that's interesting. Let's see, maybe it's gonna recover, but you have to pace. Why would you go on that? If it's gone medium, go longer. Maybe it's interesting. Let's see how he does it, but I feel like, you should have gone for mediums at least.
Yeah, and we've mentioned that the hard tire runners, of course, will be at a disadvantage as far as tire temperatures are concerned, and that is perhaps also explaining why Seakley leads by 4.5 seconds before the end of the second lap here. These hard tires of Tempo Temba are nowhere near possibly their optimum running sort of temperature and running window, if you will. So Tempo Temba has it all to do.
Look at the gap between number 1 to number 2, and then number 4 to number 5. How big is it? Oh no, come on guys.
Yeah, it's definitely those hard tires. Tepiso look to be on the verge of a potential move here on the back of the Esbuda. Let's hop aboard with him. The Ferrari driver is, he hits the back of the Williams. Does Tepiso, does that compromise the swing? Has he lost the swing? Oh, Tepiso losing, had to hit the brakes quite hard there. And was way too liberal there. And he compromised. Esbuda's lost his wing. He lost his wing, possibly because it was hit from the back there by Tepiso. Oh, a nightmare for the Williams driver. We'll have to come into the pits. Let's catch up back with the drama at the front. It's 5.5 seconds. It's a ridiculous margin that Seakley is leading by.
I'm also coming in the pit.
Yeah. Tepiso possibly also compromised as a result. Of course, we saw him hit that... the back of that Williams, so he's just doesn't want to take any chances, even though the wing was not completely decimated there. Tempo Temba is driving for his life. 6 seconds already in 3 laps, says Crash. It's absolutely sensational. It's carnage as far as the level of domination is concerned. Tempo Temba trying to recover here, and we'll hope that by now those tires will start to sing and he can keep this man, Malusi the Malusi, at bay. He has lost just 1 place now, courtesy of Brown Boy having come into the pit.
But Tempo Temba is actually doing well, because now he's holding Omelus and then he's on hard, and Melus, I think Tempo Temba is going to go longer if he keeps the same pace. And he might actually get an advantage on Melus. He might not even recover Melus if he doesn't overtake him now, because it's like I was saying as well, like this track is also hard to overtake. You have to think twice or 3 times before you make a move. Because one mistake, you're out.
1 mistake and you are out. 6/10 between these two. These two, of course, being Malusi the Malusi and Tempo Temba. Josh, aka Damnesia Esbuda, is the first driver to retire out of this race. It looks like after he was coming out of the tunnel. Yeah, it looks like he might have been coming out of the tunnel there. Looking at the track map, Esbuda has crashed out. It's yellow flags. Doesn't look like the safety car is coming out as yet. So it's just yellow flags for now. There he is. There he is.
The hard tires,
carnage.
They were not warm enough.
Yeah, Esbuda on fresh hard tires, not warm enough, struggles for temperature, thus compromising grip, and he becomes the first casualty. He was already under pressure to rack up points. He could not race in Belgium, and he will not collect anything as far as points are concerned, meaning that this man, Kaboza, currently P13, has the responsibility, as he avoids really going into the back of the Aston Martin. Kaboza, once again, has to shoulder the responsibility of collecting points for Williams.
Can you see that Usife is about to catch number 15 already? The last person is about to lap that person on lap 5. On lap 5, he's already almost a second, like he's catching up the guy in the back. Like, I don't understand, man.
Seakley,
what happened there on sector?
Absolutely sensational. Yellow flag in sector 3. Looks like
Shengu just went in the pit as well. I think he damaged wing as well. Oh, he damaged his wing, so he's pitting now.
Shengu having to come into the pits here again. Tempo Temba has crashed out. Tempo Temba has crashed out. Looks like he lost it coming out of the tunnel. Oh, man.
Maybe something happened with Melo, because Melo just got as well a 3-second penalty as well after that incident as well.
Oh, Tempo Temba is out. Malusi the Malusi racks up, gets a time penalty.
Mshengu T is lapped.
Seakley has lapped Mshengu T officially. But 4. Yellow flags in sector 2. Malusi trails the leader by 12 seconds, courtesy of Tempo Temba having crashed out. Malusi not needing to come into the pit seemingly. Josh, aka Damnesia, is in P3 currently on those 5-lap old medium tires. Van Kobe, P4 for him. He is Oh, Inati has crashed out
Inati
as
has
well.
crashed as
Yellow
well.
flag in
Oh,
sector
Lord.
2. Looks like it's that
What
spot
a
coming
disaster.
out of the
What a
tunnel.
disaster,
That's
boys.
where Inati has crashed out. Doesn't look like the safety car is out yet.
Same spot with
As Tepo
Buddha as
Tembo.
well.
Yeah. Zotal finds himself in P5 on those hard tires. Romeo, aka Madla, is in P6.
P6.
No safety car thus far.
Oh, Tepiso as well. He just went on the wall. He just damaged his wing now. He's gonna go into the pit
Tepiso
again.
will have to come back into the pits. It was already, so far away. No safety car. I suppose, which will be, good news for Seekley. He does not want these guys to be bunched up. And, Tepiso currently is, ghosted. I hope that's not a network issue and we can see him back in the fray. Zotal is P5, Romeo 6th, Loveness, Tato was 7th, D-Wax and Guaco.
I think on this one, just finish the race only. You will find yourself in a good position. Finish the race. Don't have any penalties. You'll find yourself in a good spot, because now, if you look at all those guys, they were trying to trying to gain a position, and then that's what's happening to them now.
Yeah,
they're crashing, and Usit is about to catch Utsepis. Oh no, Usumlepile already. He's already been left on left 7.
Yeah, that is that is absolutely sensational. It's really a case of trying to keep it together here for the rest of this field. Brown Boy, who had that incident earlier on, in fact in lap 1, had to come into the pits early for soft tires. There's been no safety car to redeem his prospects. He's P9, Caboza, the only man.
Well, I think something happened to him as well. He might have damaged his wing because there was a yellow flag just now, and Usit is about to catch him.
Luddy T, his wing looks to be intact, and yes, as you say that, Seekley is on the verge of lapping this man. We should see, yes, in the background there comes that bright white ass on the verge of overtaking Luddy T here. M. Shengu is currently 13th, and of course, Tepiso we've mentioned is at the back of this field, 13th place. Look at that. It's Luddy coming through this super slow section. And he looks as ghosted currently, possibly because Seekley needs to get this overtake done.
Yeah,
it's blue flags for the McLaren driver, and here comes Seekley getting the overtake done in the tunnel. Sensational stuff by the Haas driver, and he managed to overtake the whole field, lap the entire field last time out. Will it be you reckon?
He is gonna do it today, because now look at the gap from him to maybe Melo. Maybe he might not lap Melo if Melo can maintain the pace without making any mistake. But look at from number 3, that's like 21 seconds. Or number 4 at least, 31 seconds already, and he's already lapped to Lodi T. He's going for Toboza now, and he's actually, I think he's lapping Tepiso. Like just now is he already lapped him. It's Melo. It's Melo.
Yeah,
it's just,
Malusi is just lapped at Tepiso, who looks to be coming back into the pits currently.
Pit again.
Might have compromised his wings. This is an unforgiving track. Drivers, donating their wings, kissing the wall, so to speak. So definitely a lot of compromises as far as the race is concerned. Malusi is 19 seconds off the pace in lap 9 of 39.
Seekley is actually a pit ahead of Melusi. So it's...
As you say that, Vix has mentioned that he wants to open a pit stop worth worth of a gap between P1 and P2, which would be sensational. So a safety car would make things interesting. The bunching.
I so wish the safety car was on. Like it was like on its knees. I think they're also saving fuel because they'll be coming in left and right.
Yeah.
They actually saving their tires because Seekley is actually flying. He's actually flying.
He really is flying.
Because it will make things interesting in a way that it will slow everyone down, and then they have to catch up again.
Yeah.
And start racing, because now there's so much gaps in between. Like there's nothing like really interesting happening.
Yeah.
And then except for, I think it's Brown Boy and with D-Wax, they are like pretty close to each other. Because I think D-Wax is gonna pit just now as well. So
yeah. Josh, aka Damnesia, is one of the first of the top runners to come in thus far. Is it for a wing change? Yes. Compromising his race. Look at that. Tapiso has pitted 5 times. It says 5 pit stops for Tapiso here. So, yeah, that is really sensational stuff. Kaboza has crashed out. Kaboza in Sector 3, bringing out the yellow flag. Kaboza, meaning Williams will take no points from this race. Kaboza was Williams' only hope, but unfortunately it is no points for Williams. And it doesn't look like the pit. Yeah.
It's like he's popping in every 2 laps.
Yeah, at this rate, it's been 5 pit stops for this man in Ferrari. He's having a nightmare race.
I don't think they have enough wings. They'll end up putting a Mercedes wing on his car all the way.
Lungello was saying that the pit crew was working overtime, getting paid overtime here today. Yeah, that is absolutely spot on. Listen, if we have a couple more DNFs, and even though, I mean, it's been 5 pit stops and he has been lapped, he could find himself in the points, could Tapiso here.
He can be very slow, because I'm sure there's going to be another one crashing just now as well.
Yeah.
There's going to be another one just crashing just now as well.
So all he needs to do is just finish this race.
Finish the race, that's all.
Now, an interesting subplot here is that Zotal is less than a second behind the McLaren of Van Colby. So these 2 very good peers are chasing each other. It is Van Colby who is pretty much fighting for his life to hang on to this possible podium spot.
And Zotal has an advantage though. In a way, he's on hard and Van Colby's on medium. Zotal has a chance to be on the podium as well. Like, it's really on his hands if he doesn't mess it up at all.
Yeah, at this point, the hard tires of Zotal will definitely be in a more sort of comfortable position, so to speak, than the mediums, which might, of course, as the laps tick on and on, the mediums won't miss. Oh, Van Colby kisses the wall there from that view, perhaps feeling the pressure, and that gap, which was 8 tenths, is trimmed down to about 6 tenths. But Van Colby gets a fairly clean exit out of the section, so he reestablishes that gap, which is now just under a second. So Zotal just wants to hit that detection point, less than a second. Unfortunately, no, he won't get DRS, seemingly. He did not hit that detection point under a second. But
hey, Brown Boy has been stuck behind D-Works for a while now. It's so hard. This track is so hard, Lord.
It is absolutely unforgiving. We'll catch up with the Brown Boy in just a second. This
and
is...
Josh is like a mini DRS train. Josh is like behind them, so
yeah.
Brown Boy and
mini DRS train. We've lost 4 drivers since the start of this race. That is a Zotal that you can see from the rear wing of Van Colby here. Now, he did kiss the wall, did the McLaren driver last time out, so he will hope not to do so again. Josh is on the inside of Brown Boy to get that move done. It is Josh up to P7 dispatching of Brown Boy, whose soft tires are 10 laps old in this downforce demanding track. Sensational move by Josh, who now has D-Wax in his sight. As you said, Tindo, Brown Boy was struggling to overtake D-Wax. Yeah. Oh, but Josh is absolutely taking liberties here. Who will blink first?
He's not playing the game. He's not playing the patience game. He wants to go.
Oh, he really does want to go. That would have been an absolutely risky overtake had he managed to get it done. But both these drivers live to fight another day. Will Brown Boy concede and finally come into the pits? It's a 3-car DRS train, so to speak. And Josh now is trying to recover. Brown Boy finally comes into the pits on those old
I'm sure he's going to put
tires.
Hards. You need to put Hards. Yes, he's coming on Hards.
Now,
that's going
Josh,
to be very interesting.
Let's hop on board. C-Clay, the race leader, has a 28-second lead from the Malusi. This is Josh, aka Damnesia, who now has some breathing room behind him, as Romeo is almost 5 seconds behind this Alfa Romeo. It is AlphaTauri versus Alfa Romeo, and as I say that, D-Wax backs himself up behind Loveness. So he's sandwiched between these Alfa Romeos.
D-Wax ka ipaloni manje, bona lesandwich le. Loveless, maybe angancedisa uJosh yabo. And then uJosh athola overtake now. Angazi kuzoba nzima.
Yes, it will be Nzima. It will be difficult. But Josh, being Josh, will take his chances in the tunnel, and he gets an overtake done. Josh taking no prisoners, taking no chances.
He's not playing. He's not playing. I feel like they need to play. They need to do a teamwork here between him and Loveness. Loveness just need to let him go because Josh is quick.
He is quick.
Let him go.
He is quick. He's on the fresher tires. And Josh, a.k.a. Damnesia, now trails his teammates by less than half a second. They come through the penultimate corner. Loveness doesn't look like he's making way. Yes, he's making way.
He's making way for him, yeah.
Playing the team game. And Loveness will now have the responsibility of keeping D-Wax at bay. Josh dispatching of all those drivers. We saw that gutsy move on Brown Boy, and he then dispatched of D-Wax in the tunnel and getting that move courtesy of his teammate. Josh, Damnesia, now up to P5 with a hell of a lot of pace. With 15 laps having elapsed here. And this race, of course, is led by none other than C-Clay. Look where he is. It looks like 31 seconds ahead of the P2 running C-Clay. Looks like he might be on the verge of lapping Tepiso once again.
Everyone. He might lap everyone because now, if he's on lap 15, he still have 24 laps to go. He's still he will catch everyone. He will definitely catch everyone.
Yeah, Loveness becomes the latest, as does Brown Boy, to get a 3-second time penalty. This is the vantage point from your race leader here as he comes through towards the end of Sector 2. C-Clay, 32 seconds ahead. No one has an answer for his pace, for his precision, for his dominance in Monaco. He is looking to repeat his feat from last year and lap the entire field. That looks like a Ferrari. Yeah, C-Clay will be lapped again here in Monaco. So, yeah, not such a good day. Rather, Tepiso will be lapped again. Not such a good day for Ferrari out here. But Tepiso just needs to hang in there and hope for a couple more DNFs. He can find himself in the points here, but long way to go. C-Clay over here in absolutely fine form. Malusi the Malusi racing in clean air, 33 seconds between him and the race leader. And Van Colby is 22 seconds behind. As I say that, he has been under pressure from Zotal. And as they come out of the tunnel, Zotal might have been thinking about it. Van Colby needs to get a clean exit here. The answer is yes, he does. Zotal hunting down the McLaren in lap 16 of 39. The Alpine driver has looked solid in qualifying. He's looking good today. 14-lap-old hard tires. He has been one of a handful of drivers to begin on the slower hard tire compound. Looks like Van Colby's rear left might have touched that final the wall on that final corner there, but Van Colby is looking good. And he's keeping Zotal at bay. And
No, it's I think Zotal is also playing the patience games because he knows Bangobi is gonna pit his just now. Yeah. Anytime from now. And then he's gonna continue and then he's gonna open that gap. So when he pits again, Zotal he's just gonna be flying because I'm sure he's gonna leave those hards up until very, very late. To go on soft.
Yeah. He will go quite long, will Zotal, and of course, towards the end of his stint, if it is a hard to soft strategy, then those tires will definitely give him a lot to think about. The gap between these two is about 9/10 now, so Zotal wants to be in the detection point. Look at that. He's been circumspect with his battery usage, 97% of his battery power left here. So Zotal really playing the long game here, both in tire strategy and in just making sure that he is within touching distance.
Romeo,
10 10-second time penalty.
He just went straight.
Zotal.
Yeah, he's running away from big left by seat because like pride is gents. When they talk about this thing, you're not gonna left me, you're not gonna left me. Now, you think the guy is right behind you. The guy, Sitley just pitted. Oh wow.
Oh, Sitley gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which might give Malusi the Malusi some hope, but then he's so far behind.
He's gonna save it now.
He's so far behind is Malusi the Malusi. So Malusi will hope for a safety car. And with that 3-second time penalty, then that'll leave Seatley just 2 seconds. Well, he'll need to have more than, of course, 2 seconds to ensure that he secures this race win here. But it's a long way to go. Only lap 8. You have 21 laps of racing to go. Your race leader sped in the pit lane, remember. There are no assists in the pit lane. You have to bring it in and slow down to within the pit lane limits. But Seatley was too fast for that, and he racked up that 5-second time penalty.
But even though he went into pit, look at the gap. It's still there, 16.8.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna open it again more, Lord. And Melo is too to stop.
Now look at this. Bankobi finally concedes and comes into the pits, but Zotal, who was stuck behind him, now has to contend with Josh, aka Damnesia, on the fresher set of hard compound tires. Josh thinks about it on the outside. Josh is risky from Josh, and he gets that move done. Zotal was compromised. He took liberties with track limits there, just Zotal, and gets the 3-second time penalty. Josh is back up among the podium runners. P3, Josh is a huge moment. Oh, but does he manage to save the car, Josh? He touches the wall, does Josh. What about his wing? It looks to be intact. But he compromised himself.
Josh is pushing hard. Like he's pushing like he has wings of steel.
Yeah. But Josh, who had got that move done on Zotal, who now weaves to the left and the right.
He's sending it again. Oh, no, it's not.
He thinks about it. I wonder how much damage those wings might have taken, if any at all. Ooh. Almost hits that barrier on the left, does Josh. He's really not wasting any time. He's just looking to cut the gap and cut the gap. And the kind of pace that he's showing here, he definitely might have something to say as far as catching up to Belusi the Belusi, who I would have you know has just come out of the pit lane for his set of hard compound tires. So these two, Zotal and Josh, aka Damnesia, are on the verge of catching up to the P2 running Belusi the Belusi, who himself is 40 seconds behind the race leader.
Put it on 41. Don't put it on 40. 41 seconds. Let's talk of what's happening.
That is wild. Absolutely wild.
He's actually closing on to catch Brown Boy Usile. That's how quick he's going.
And Brown Boy is in P7 as things stand. Brown Boy was one of the drivers that we were looking to possibly make a mark on this race result. Yeah.
But I think Brown Boy is just a Ferrari. You know, they are quick on the qualifying. Comes to real field, they can't even. They're nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, a lot of pressure for Brown Boy. Crash is very proud of Zotal, who has looked solid today. 18-lap-old hard tires. Zotal and Loveness currently with the oldest set of tires in this field here today. So Zotal doing a sensational job and keeping this man, Josh, aka Damnesia, at bay here. He finds himself P4. Loveness is in 5th. Van Kobe finally pitted, like we saw a couple of laps ago. He's in 6th place. No time penalty.
I feel like Zotal, if he could pit now and put on mediums, he might have a good chance in a way of he'll finish in front of Van Ngobi. Because Van Ngobi is going to be closing that gap. He has fresher tires and Zotal has older tires.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting and because I think that's the only chance he can be there, unless because Josh is going to definitely is going to pit as well. So if he can pit now and then go on mediums, it might save him a chance of being in the podium. But let's see what he thinks. Maybe I'm just analyzing my own views, but he might have a different say.
Might indeed. Josh, aka Damnesia, is not giving Zotal any room to breathe whatsoever. There's a blue flag out for M. Shengu, who is on the verge of being lapped by these two, running in P3 and P4 currently. M. Shengu, will you make way?
Now Sifa is catching on Ngobi now. He just passed Rumble. Hey, Lord.
Oh.
Like the guys are saying, hey, Sifa is just rude,
man. Josh comes quite close there. Almost kisses the back of the Alpine. But he is safe. And he does not do so.
And Loveness is catching up on Josh now, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I saw Alpha. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Loveness is about 12 seconds behind his teammate.
No, it's not him. It's not him.
And Bankobi is running in P6 currently, and Brown Boy, who has been lapped, has lost the wing. He's wingless in lap 22 of 39.
He's wingless.
And he's flying without wings here. We'll have to come back into the pits. Not a great race for the new guy in this tier. D-Wax and Guaco running P8, followed by his teammates with 19 seconds behind. Remember, Tapiso has retired. Yellow flag in sector 3. Yellow flag in lap 21 of 39. It's a yellow flag, but will that bring out the safety car is the question. And it doesn't look like the safety car is coming out. Tapiso just needed to hang on. But he's out.
Zotile just spun.
Where? Zotile, who was in the battle with Damnesia. It's the old tires, and Josh is now unchallenged and has a fair degree of clean air in P3, does Josh. Zotile having that almighty spin, 21 lap old hard tires.
Sitley just passed Bangobi now. Oh Lord. Sitley is not having it.
That is the ghost of Bankobi, who has just been lapped by the race leader, who begins his 23rd of 39 laps. Bankobi looks to be, he might just be hanging on to the DRS of Sequay here.
This is embarrassing for Tier 1, for them to say this is our best league, and for them being lapped by only one guy. This is actually totally unacceptable.
What about this team at Tier 1?
Yabona manje ingakhuluma ngeshona manje nje bangidisappointa nje bana bakundirwadisa, you know.
Abandirwadisa vele. I don't see much. I don't see manesh. Usihle abona masingamgwazela amatayera nje kayi-1 nje pit stop bagwazela amatayera, maybe ngaba interesting.
Yes, it is quite a dominant.
This is too much. Sihle can't be doing this. Like, it's literally embarrassing, like, for us to even comment. Because now, you know, we might as well just sit and watch, you know, like, because there's no point. There's nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Not even one person is closing on. Not even one person is even making anything interesting. Like, it's just flying on its own.
Look, he's flying. It's sensational. All he needs to do really is bring his best. And as I say that, he goes quickest. It's a 1:14.4. He has a bit of a moment. Ooh, a little bit of a moment there, coming out of turn 1, but manages to catch that car. 51 seconds, almost a full minute, and it looks like is he coming out? Is he approaching Loveness? Is that Loveness that he's approaching?
He is approaching Loveness, my man. He's approaching Loveness. Like, yeah. Like, it's I don't know how to explain this, you know, like, these guys, they put so much time, they put so much effort into these things, you know, and then for you to be left like this, it's like, you know, you're wasting your time, like, you know, you shouldn't be even on the steering. Like, I don't know, Sitley needs to be on full, what do you call it? I'm even forgetting the name because I'm frustrated with these guys. No.
Well, Tindo, look, they're giving it their all, but Sequay on this track is a class above.
No, they're not. They're definitely not. These guys, their contracts need to be revisited.
Oh, look at that. That is, of course, the overtake getting done on P5, and Sequay is now chasing Zotile in the grand scheme of things. Lap 24 of 39. Charlie 3 Stacks, Charlie 3000 says, Sequay, this is wrong.
Ayikho right. Ayikho right ngempela. Yazi, like, wrong nje Sihle. Like, he's gonna lap Zotile because Zotile still needs to pitch. Or Josh still needs to pitch. You know, it's
no, they have pitted. Let's take a look at the stops now.
No, Zotile hasn't pitted. He's sitting on 23 laps on those hards.
Oh, Zotile he has to pit, yeah.
So yeah. Josh might go to the end, but he might not go to the end as well. You know, like, maybe up on lap 34, 33 there, you might want to change those tires too, because they'll be very, very odd. You'll be struggling in the end. Because no, man, no.
Yeah, Zotile, the only man who has yet to pit. It looks like he's going. Might be thinking about a hard to soft tire strategy. So yeah, Zotile definitely running the alternate strategy out here today. Just 11 drivers left in this field. Romeo.
Chaps is saying Sihle left him twice in one left.
Tepiso, man. Zotal finally comes into the pits. We've spoken about him. And what'll it be?
Sihle do? Sihle, gone.
Is that Sikle lapping Zotail?
It's him.
He's gone.
It's only him with the white car. I don't think it's Sihle.
Yeah,
I don't think it's Sihle who's driving. There's no way.
Yeah. So Sikle pretty much has Damnesia and Mellow the Mellow in his sights, and as Tindo, who's been unimpressed with the rest of this field here, Sikle is pretty much doing what he does, absolutely sending it, taking no prisoners. 56 seconds ahead is the race leader. He has
56.
stopped already, of course, and M. Shengu down in P10 has just come into the pits. It's a fresh set of soft tires for the Mercedes driver. He has been lapped, you would remember. At the back of this field is Liddy Seppo, who has had a quiet race but has really struggled for pace and has struggled to have an answer to the rest of the field here. And perhaps right now he's hoping for a final DNF, which would guarantee him points. And
he's hoping for final DNF.
Yeah, at this moment, Malusi must be shaking, says Vix in the comment section. Yeah, I would not be surprised if that's the case.
No, I feel like it's only Sihle who's going to finish this race. Actually, he's going to do 39 laps.
This is tier 1, says Charlie 3 Stacks. In spite of that, everyone being lapped.
Yeah, but it should be renamed to Sihle 1. There's no way. There's no way. Like these guys, no, they're not serious. Trust me. I'm very, very angry because these guys, like we have people as well that watches. We have friends. We have people that we say, hey, come watch this, come watch this. We have girlfriends. There's all these guys. They have girlfriends, and I'm mostly their girlfriends are watching, and then they're seeing this. No way.
It's Steamers League.
What about Steamers League? Like manje uphuma ama yellow flag. Abona manje sicothela i-safety car mangaphuma nje kayi-1. That ain't ngaba interesting yabo. Mangaphuma saqala safety car. Khuluma nalo abantu ku race control.
Yabona umongameli wale Brakeaway nje akayivumile leyo nto. Bayazi nje ukuthi no. Because the keep safety car nje izophuma almost like half of the race would be safe. Imagine if the safety car was like on high, how many stops we would have done? Almost 10 laps would be wasted on just on safety car only. Yeah. So it won't be like really, really interesting. I feel like it's also a good decision, like just to keep everyone going, so that we don't have to waste 10 laps or 12 laps or maybe 16 laps on safety car only.
Yeah. Malusi on the verge of lapping. It looks like his teammate possibly, M. Shengu, in through the tunnel here. Oh no, it might be Romeo actually, who might be on the verge of being lapped. Yes. So that AlphaTauri seeing the blue flags there. Malusi a minute behind the P1 running Sikle, who now has Josh, aka Damnesia, in his sight. And as I say that, Josh himself is about 3 seconds behind the Mercedes of Sikle. So both these two fighting for the pride of Tier 1, so that this entire field is not lapped at the very least. And Josh, who finished top of the pops last time out, is on the verge for a consecutive podium. Malusi, if he can finish this race unscathed from here on out, will find himself with his first podium of the season.
Sihle can actually pit 5 times now. You know that he can pit 5 times, changing tires every 5. Nobody they won't catch him. That's how that is where it's going now. Because like he's even opening the gap. It's like everyone is just stopping on one position. Like there's someone who's holding them back.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Like they're just like, okay, we've given up. And I feel sorry, for my brother Manta. He's the most the vocal of the Tier 1. But with the way things are, I don't expect him to say anything. He just needs to humble himself and then be quiet. Because right now, no, it's not looking nice. Trust me, it's not looking nice.
It's not looking good, bro. Big man thing, it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
It's not really looking good.
What might be looking good, Tindo, is the battle for P4 has resumed. Zoltau finally came into the pit. He has the tire advantage. 3-lap old mediums versus the slightly
that was close.
aging
That was
hard.
close.
Yeah, that was very close.
Yeah.
Zoltau looking to get this P4 spot from Van Kobe, who is pretty much McLaren's. Well, as things stand, McLaren's only hope for points. Van Kobe DNF'd in Belgium. He needs points, does Van Kobe.
So he needs a good exit here. If he gets a good exit, he's gonna overtake him. He just needs a very good exit.
And Zoltau takes that final corner cleanly, sensationally, and he uses up that battery, that ERS coming into the first corner. And nope, will not be close enough. He thought about it, but yeah, it's not going to be an overtake so far. Van Kobe wants to make that car as wide as possible, as they come now to the end of this first sector. Van Kobe versus Zoltau. It is the battle for P4, and Zoltau is really just looking to hang on with these. As far as staying within DRS is concerned, 9 laps of racing to go. It's been an absolutely dramatic race. Zoltau is thinking about it. He thought about it in the tunnel. He goes left, he goes right, he comes left again, but he's nowhere near close enough to get that move done. Yeah.
Sure.
Way too close. Oh, they might have made contact. Van Kobe goes. Will Zoltau be able to take advantage? No. They might have made contact there, resulting in Van Kobe.
I think Van Kobe went on the wall, and then so it cost it. And Zoltau, I thought maybe it's him who bumped him, and then he had to brake, or maybe he didn't think the car's gonna ghost. It might be that too.
Yeah.
But, hey, let's just see how it goes. He needs a good exit. Only one good exit.
Van Kobe.
He's gone. He's gonna take him. He's gonna
wide
take him.
there. Tindo is a believer. Does Van Kobe get overtaken? No. Van Kobe positions that car, and he was on the verge, on the brink of being overtaken there. But Zoltau tries he might on these fresher tires, just cannot dispatch of that papaya orange McLaren.
Yabona le Oros kabanqobi yabayo akufani iyazama ngale Oros on 4 wheels kodwa ku sector 1 uzothile akakhona.
Yes, he cannot get this move done. Van Kobe hoping beyond all hope. Breaking news, only one driver did 9 laps.
No, I think Melo might survive this. Melo or Melo might survive.
But it looks like Josh. If you look at C-Clay, if you look on the track map, Josh, aka Damnesia, has just taken turn 1, and C-Clay
is just taking turn 1
closely behind. So it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. Let's get back to the battle between the McLaren and the Alpine. It is Zoltau. Bro, Zoltau has to hit the brakes hard there and compromise his exit a little bit there. So it's been pretty close for these guys. We're going to catch up with another battle. Looks like Brown Boy versus Loveness might be something to take advantage of. But Zoltau, has pretty much been pipped on this exit by Zoltau. Now, Brown Boy is on Loveness's neck. He can smell the fumes out of the back of that Alfa Romeo. Lap 32 of 39. Can he get it done? Brown Boy, we're on board now with the Red Bull driver. It looks like just ahead of them is the AlphaTauri of might be Mando, who's on the verge of getting left. But let's see what it looks like from Brown Boy's perspective. Can he get this done? It's Brown Boy. It's actually D-Wax, yeah. So it's a 3-way fight here. Essentially a battle for P6, D-Wax's spot. But Loveness and Brown Boy have time penalties to contend with. So it's not going to be that simple for these two drivers now. If you just joined us, we have 6 laps of racing to go here in Monaco. The top runners, that being Damnesia and Malusi the Malusi, have been hoping beyond hope to not be overtaken, but it's not looking good, bro. Ooh, Loveness has a moment coming out of that curve there. Will Brown Boy be able to take advantage? No, he won't.
Since he's on a mission, he is on a mission. He is like he's like, I think he's 10 meters away from George. And the way to sustain it. I know, man. I see.
He said the song that on the piano song some time ago, but Steve is not in the mood to Palela over
Hayi
here. So
baxolele bafethu. Siyaxolisa.
let's see how close he is to a potential
6-1. What happened now
lap.
to the Lodi T? What happened to Lodi T? Oh, is that Lodi T?
That is Damnesia running in P3, coming into the pits, and Damnesia has been lapped. There is one sole survivor who pretty much has the stigma.
Istima said tier 1.
Yes, the Estima of Tier 1. Protecting the Estima of Tier 1 is Malusi the Malusi, who is 1 minute 8 seconds.
He is being closed down, I mean. He is. You know, like when you have hope, but you can see this is hopeless. There's nothing you can do. There's not like now the situation, the way
the writing's on the wall. The writing is on the wall for Malusi the Malusi. 5 laps is a long time when you've got this man Seatley chasing you. Let's look at those penalties. Remember, 5-second time penalty for Seatley.
Maybe yes, ERS, but the Seatley on 654. But you know, it's just I give up.
Let's see if Seatley can come into view. That's Seatley. That's the Haas that you see coming into view already. He's gained about a second between the previous lap and this one. There are, at the end of this lap, we'll have 4 laps of racing to go. Yellow flag in the first sector.
I think it's between those 3, D-Walks and Loveness and Brown Boy. They are fighting so close, those guys. They're very, very close.
Yep, we'll catch up with the Seatley to see if it will indeed be a lapping of the full field. Josh Damnesia, who came into the pit, fitted soft compound tires. So Josh is going for that fast lap and that extra championship point here. And look at that. Look at that gap. The gap to the leader. It's a minute 10 to Mello, a minute 14 to Damnesia, who's already been lapped. Absolutely sensational stuff here as we get the tire information as well. Getting back to the tire information now. This fight, it's Brown Boy versus Loveness versus D-Wax.
The reputation Amela is right on the line. Like, I'm sure if ingane ke yabuka nje ethi baba kwenzakalani namhlanje. Yabo iyabusa nje ingane uthi ubani lo baba.
Yeah, Loveness as a moment touches the wall, compromises his distance to D-Wax, and now looks to compromise Brown Boy. Can he do that to turn 1? The answer is yes. Brown Boy cannot get this move done. He's really struggled for overtakes as Brown Boy. Even earlier in the race, D-Wax kept him at bay, and eventually both of them were overtaken by Josh, aka Damnesia. Let's catch up now with the fight for the Steamer for Tier 1. Look at that. They're both on the same stretch of track. He's just taken turn 2 as Malusi the Malusi, and there comes the Haas. He's right on his tail.
I think he might survive because City has older tires too, so they might be giving up at 8.
It's a battle for pride here. It's really Malusi the Malusi.
Melusi, the baby is also watching you, Melusi. Prove everyone wrong.
His family is watching. Baba, why nabantu bandlula nonke?
Chula man your race.
Baba, why now bazodlula baba? Baba, now bazodlula. Yes, he's under pressure in the home. He's under pressure on track. It's Seakley. You're really the steamer. The steamer of Tier 1, Tindo.
Sihle, you must not do that. These people have families. They wake up every day going to work. They bought this game. No, that's the worst part. They bought this game. They spend so much money. And for you to be left, Sihle, you must not do that. Like, at least Umelo, I can call it. The rest day at least, but Umelo at least.
Don't do that.
Oh, has a moment. Oh, Seatley abandons that attempt, and he's probably coming in for the fastest lap.
Fastest lap, yeah.
He's coming in for the fastest lap, so Malusi the Malusi can breathe a sigh of relief here, knowing that he will not be lapped. Now, Seatley is so far ahead, he could pit twice, essentially, here, and
he can
still...
pit 6 times. He can pit every lap until the race is finished.
Yeah.
He'll still be...
So as far as Seatley season, I won't exactly... take the schema of the entire top tier. I'll just try and pip Josh to the fastest lap of this race.
Amaravela lento le beyibhlungu nje inhliziyo yami beyibhlungu ngabona Thinda ebeyibhlungu bengiphula inhliziyo ngikhumbula lesikhathi bangicreate inhliziyo kumjolo upalisa esikhathi upalisa ngicreate inhliziyo bengifila kanje nje cabanga nabo sihle bakulepha kanje.
Yes, it was heartbreaking stuff. but Malusi the Malusi will at least be happy. He survives, says Lugello. Fire emoji.
I can't say he can't be happy with that he survived as if he was quick. He was not quick. That's not. It's Hitler. We just gave him that. I'm sorry. Our underground gang had to go and speak to Hitler at I am facing. But man, because Hitler was right on his neck. Like it's only that Josh had to also take the extra point from him, of which he wants to prove a point that no, he's going to take everything, including everyone on track. He's going to leave one person only for the sake of peace in the group or peace in Brakeaway.
For the sake of peace,
nathi ngibuhlungu vele nje kabana mabagreat inhliziyo manje sohleli lapho yiwani umamela bothamiya cabanga ngoba bakushiyile lana ngapha abantwana
and for if this game was like in real life where people go and celebrate, you can control your whatever your AI to go on stage. I wouldn't go on stage, because this is embarrassing where you are being left but you are celebrating with the person who won the race.
Exactly.
You're on P3 but you didn't finish the race, but you are sharing champagne, you are posing for a picture, you are celebrating. It's actually embarrassing in sense of the engineering team, the the mechanics, everyone in the team. Like, it's just not right. It's really heartbreaking.
That would have been rude, says Charlie 3 Stacks, Charlie 3000 in the comments. And Zotal looks to get the move done. They touch. There's contact in lap 38 to the 9. And Zotal, Bankovi goes into the wall. He breaks his wing, but he keeps his car. Zotal compromising Bankovi, who now slips and slides and is at risk of being caught by D-Wax. Zotal with a risky overtake attempt, compromising Bankovi's points prospect here. And he will have to nurse this car home. There's just one more lap to go. I mean, he pretty much has to stay on track and fight it out and hope that he can keep this. But now, Bankovi, it's a three-way fight, remember. Seaclay gets the fastest lap, 112.9. Now, remember, Bankovi is now at risk of falling into a three-way fight, which will be a four-way fight, courtesy of D-Wax, Brown Boy, and Loveness. The cavalry coming now to give Brown Boy a hell of a headache. So Zotal really uncompromising there and pretty much putting Zotal in the mud. It's the final lap of the race here as Brown Boy is looking to dispatch of D-Wax here. He's been on his tail for so long. They also make up in contact. But Brown Boy concedes. He has to let off. And D-Wax.
I think Brown Boy he should have damaged his swing there, because the way he went on his back, D-Wax. It's not right.
As I say that, Bankovi looks to have caught up to Zotal again, who might have perhaps taken some damage of his own. Well, that is something that we're going to have to watch
Brown
closely.
Boy just passed D-Wax.
Brown Boy finally getting that move done on D-Wax. He's up to P6. It's lap 39 of 39, but the big story of the day, as has been the case throughout the history of Brakeaway, it's Seatley at the top of the pops. He crosses the line and wins the race in Monaco in 39 laps, overtaking most of the grid and taking the fastest lap. And Malusi the Malusi will have to hear the fireworks popping off and take that car all of those 58 seconds to catch up and take the checkered flag. And of course, the people that have been lapped are Josh, aka Damnesia, who finished P3. It's the last boy
he hasn't even finished the second section. That's how embarrassing it is. Like, I need to speak to Sitley. We need to have a meeting with him. Like, he needs to understand that he's racing with people here. Just my AI where he just do whatever he wants to do.
A sensational performance by Seaclay in top tier Brakeaway racing. Yes, let's go. Oh, Brown Boy has a huge moment. Hits the wall. He was looking to take advantage of Bankovi, but Bankovi says no. It's P4 for Zotal, P5 for Bankovi. D-Wax takes 6 spots, and Brown Boy, who did have time penalties to contend with, finishes in P7. It is Loveness 8, Romeo 9, and M. Shengu will take the P10 spot. Liddy kept his car on track, but it was not enough to finish in the points this time. D-Wax takes the game's driver of the day.
No.
Who's been your driver of the day?
I would say Sitley. As much as he started in front, that was an insane drive, like, for him to do such thing like that. Oh, he just joined. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, an
But yeah,
absolutely insane effort. He's the first man to join the party. He was the first man to cross the line. He is the man on the top step today. Clay, congratulations! You almost overtook the entire grid again. That was sensational. That was ridiculous. How does that feel?
No, it feels good. I love this track. In quali, I actually found it difficult. I had done legs before this race, so my foot was shaking on the throttle so much, and I was so hesitant. But yeah, as the race went on, I got warmer
Yeah,
and
I mean,
quicker. Yeah,
Sihle,
yeah,
I've got one question for you.
yeah.
Right. And how do you feel, my man, when do you know that everyone you are racing here, they have a girlfriend, most of them they have kids, they are actually watching, they have families, they have friends, and then you do such thing. How do you feel? Like, what was in your mind exactly? Let me just ask you that question.
But this time the goal wasn't lapping and anything like that. It's
No,
just
that was your goal. That was your goal.
no,
Stop
no,
saying
no.
that.
I wouldn't
That
have
was your
fit it.
definitely
Eh?
goal. Let me tell you, that was a definitely goal because the way
I
you're moving.
honestly, I wouldn't have fit it. Yeah, I'm trying to up my pace, bro. I'm trying to get quicker.
Sikla, you were 3 seconds ahead on the first lap. There's one person here in the group said you lapped him twice on one lap. I don't know how did you do
How?
that. I have no idea.
Who's that?
Tapiso says you left
So,
him a couple of times in one lap.
one lap.
Uh,
Really?
but look, Clay, that was absolutely incredible. Joining us on the podium again, of course, in his Tier 1 career, and finishing P2 this time out, it's Malusi the Malusi. You came close in Belgium. I think you finished in P4, but now you're on the podium. P2, how does that feel? How difficult was that? Especially, I'm sure you were aware that you were on the verge of being lapped. Take us through that situation.
Yeah, shut up, boy, shut up. First of all, like, Cisse is not even on a league on his own. He's on a galaxy. So,
Yeah.
congratulations to the bra. I know when I saw him coming, trust me, I was making sure that he's not going to lap me. That was not going to happen.
No,
Yeah.
that was
But that
happening.
wasn't the aim.
That
It
was
really
happening.
wasn't the
No,
aim.
no, 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 no. Let me be honest. Let me be honest with you. Mate, I'm not gonna hide anything from you. You're my bro. I love you all, guys, but that was happening. You were so close. If it wasn't for that first lap that Josh did, because it's the only thing that made him change his mind. But anyway, other than that, I even said this Monaco track needs to be called City Breakaway. Not even.
Melo, I also wanted to ask about the race start in particular. Take us through what happened there because you did manage to recover.
Sis, man, that was horrendous. The start was chaotic. So as soon as I saw Brown Boy catch up and I accepted, right? I'm like, okay, it's done. Then September comes through. Then now you need to manage your risk. Am I fighting September?
Yeah.
Is it gonna? Because if I crash and break a wing, you're going to the back.
Yeah.
Then I'm just like, okay, I'll stay with fourth place. It's cool. Then I saw Brown Boy pit. Then I'm like, okay, there's hope for a potential podium.
Yeah.
And while while chasing TT, he made a mistake going into mid sector 2. So as soon as I went back into second place, Sisha, I think, was like 30 something seconds ahead. I was like, you know what? Let me just bring this home.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, man. That's what happened. I'm happy. I'll take P2. That's a victory for me. That's a victory.
Beautiful stuff. Josh, aka Damnesia, P3 back-to-back podiums alongside Clay. Congratulations. How does that feel? You two are pretty much among the front runners early in this championship. Josh?
Yeah, firstly, congrats to Sitle and Mello. Stellar drive, gentlemen. But yeah, it's us and I'm super stoked. Like, I couldn't have dreamed of starting the season like this. It's the
Yeah.
complete opposite to how I started last season. I had like 6 DNFs right off the rip. And yeah,
Yeah.
just to finish off
No, but-
Monaco, it feels like an achievement in itself. So yeah, very, very happy with the result.
Well done, guys.
Congrats, man.
Definitely. And there was a time Josh was harassing me, trying to get under my 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I was pushing,
So, that put pressure. That gave me absolute pressure. So I had to push as well to try open. So when you pit, it gave me some fresh air, mate.
Yeah,
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 the thing
yeah.
is, I think my hards were like a solid 8, 9 laps older than
Older.
yours because I broke my wing on the first lap. So
Josh, before
yeah,
you
I didn't
go,
have a chance. Yeah,
before you
Tindo.
go, Josh, just tell me what, like, make me understand because I mean I tried like the way you're overtaking. There's a certain time we were overtaking like on very very crucial corners. How did you do that? How did you? What's your secret to it? Maybe I just ask you that. Is
I
it
think
late
because
braking you're doing, or what is it?
no, so basically I had to pit a bit earlier than the rest of the gents because of my broken wing. So I think I came in at like lap 12 or 13. So the fresher tires allowed me to get better exits, and that got
There's a
me the
time
speed.
that you I
Yeah.
think you passed Brown Boy on that corner there. It's very very hard to even overtake there, but you made it look easy. You made it look easy. So I guess hey, people need
Yeah,
to improve. You know,
yeah, I was
um,
very proud of those overtakes because around Monaco it's never easy. So
it's
to
not
make them
easy.
stick and not get slowed down by the guys in front, yeah, that was a
Yeah,
huge dub for me.
yeah.
Am- Amazing stuff, gentlemen. Absolutely sensational. Just a quick one. I'll start with you, Josh, and then Mello. It's Australia next. It's a fast one. Your confidence levels and comfort levels around there?
As you boys know, Australia is my track, so hopefully we can keep up the the podium train,
Yeah.
and yeah, see what happens.
And Mello?
Yeah, no, definitely. This was a huge confidence booster, so I'm keen on that. I can't wait for that, man. Can't wait for Australia.
Brilliant. C Clay, confidence levels around Australia?
Still need to give it a try. I enjoy Australia. The track changed quite a lot though. So there's certain areas where I previously made up time that are gone now, and it's a
Yeah.
straight. So should be interesting to see how things will plan out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll put in the work.
Fantastic. Tindo, any final remarks, words, questions?
Nah, no questions, but it was a good race. I think it was entertaining, and shout out to our viewers as well. We need
Fa-
more people as well. They need
yep.
to post, share, and I think we're growing. And we also have people in the commentary as well. They were doing well as well.
Yep.
Yeah, but good race. Let's hope for the best, especially to the podium finishers today. That next week in Australia, you guys gonna produce the same.
Yep.
So good luck to you guys.
Looking forward to it. Congratulations, C Clay and Mello and Josh, aka Damnesia. Fantastic racing in Monaco. Thank you, everybody in the comments. There's a couple of jabs at Tindo saying, hey, didn't Tindo get lapped yesterday? And the FIA must look into the banned Kobe incident, who was cruelly sent into the wall by Zotal towards the end of this race. And yeah, thank you so much for everyone in the comments. Charlie 3 Stats, Lungelo, Wendell, Shessie, Andal, Twella, and Charlie 3 Stacks, Inati, everybody. Dini was here, Buffet was here. We will see you next Tuesday in Australia. But remember, on Monday, it is our Tier 2 and Tier 3 drivers. From myself, Bob, and Tindo, thank you very much and good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, gents.
Sweet.